As of March 6th, it's been 18 months since Hurricane Irma wreaked havoc on the British Virgin Islands. Simon Gray is Head of Business Development and Marketing at BVI Finance. Simon, how is life and business on the islands today?
It's thriving, and it was an interesting time 18 months ago. But I think the word resilience springs to mind, stability, robustness, and capacity to adapt. I think the best example I can give is perhaps the actual register of companies, which continued registering companies 2 days after Hurricane Irma. We're also encouraged that in the Vistra 2020 report for 2018, for the 8th consecutive year, we were voted the world's top offshore centre. In addition, the Bank of Asia became a new licensed entity, and that is one of the world's most prominent digital banks. It's a global bank. We found that fact very encouraging. We've had new legislation, the Limited Partnership Act, introduced 2 months after the hurricane in December of 17. That's led to a significant uplift in the registration of partnerships. We also responded very quickly to a new European Union requirement for economic substance, and as a consequence we're not on the non-cooperative list. And finally, we led a very successful trade mission to Asia and focusing on China last year, and that's proving to bring in very good dividends, and we think there'll be more of those to follow.
Now, incorporations of BVI business companies have been higher than ever in recent quarters. What's been driving this growth?
Well, I think actually having come out of the hurricane, stability, resilience were factors. But in terms of stats, it's quite impressive. If you take the Q3 statistics, our most recent ones for 18, they are showing a 5% increase quarter on quarter. And actually, if you compare that completely with the previous year, it shows a 25% increase, which is pretty good. Another great development, we introduced the Limited Partnership Act in December of 17. That was just 2 months after these hurricanes. And if you take the Q2 and Q3 stats for 2018, they are showing a 200% markup in terms of limited partnership registrations, largely driven by an enormous insatiable appetite for funds. So we're very encouraged by those statistics.
What other changes have the last 18 months brought? I understand that fintech is increasingly important.
Well, absolutely. We see that as a key priority going forward. We've certainly had masses of interest, and it is a core focus for us. For example, last year we ran 2 very successful international shows, one in Singapore, one in Tortola, and the theme was the great digital disruption. And the feedback we got was extremely positive. So we see that as a core value added in the past 18 months, and we think that will grow going forward. Another area, I mentioned the Limited Partnership Act. That was obviously a very inspired decision to make. But we also have the Micro Business Act, and I think that will show potential definitely going forward.
And what about for the next 18 months? What can we expect from the British Virgin Islands and BVI Finance?
Well, there's no room for complacency, and we'll do our best to continue to punch above our weight. I think there will be greater innovation, an awareness and cognizance of ever-evolving international standards. We do our best to keep track of changes being made in all of the IMF standard setters, be it IOSCO, Basel for the banks, IAIS for insurance, and of course FATF in terms of anti-money laundering, and OECD corporate governance. All of those are absolutely imperatives. But I think fintech will grow exponentially. I think there will be probably a greater economic boom as a consequence of the new substance legislation. So I think actually it will be not only a compliant benefit, but an overall net economic benefit to the territory.
Look forward to that. Simon, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for watching. Learn more at bvifinance.vg. Simon also talked about the role the BVI plays in international trade and investment. Click to watch that video now, and please subscribe for the latest international business insights from worldfinance.com.